Alright guys, this is my Gears of War movie information. If you did not know, Gears of War was a video game. They had 2 video games come out, I believe. Here is some of the information you'll need to know about the film. So, here we go. Variety are reporting that movie studio Legendary Pictures will be co-financing and co-producing the Gears of War movie adaptation to be directed by Len Wiseman. It's the first New Line project that Legendary has signed on to since the mini-major was folded into Warner Bros. Earlier this year. Legendary has a deal to co-finance and co-produce at WB. Gears of War has been set up at New Line since early last year with Marty Bowen and White Godfrey producing through their Temple Hill banner. Gears lead designer Cliff Bleszinski is exec producing and consulting for developer Epic, which owns the rights. Len Wiseman is directing with Chris Morgan writing the script. First draft was penned by Stuart Beattie. Variety are reporting that Len Wiseman of the movie Underworld shall be taking the helm on the Gears of War movie. We reported this rumor in August of last year. Chris Morgan's Fast and the Furious from Tokyo Drift is also writing a draft based on the Stuart Beattie's treatment. Len Wiseman is suiting up to direct New Line's Microsoft and Epic Games hit video game. Chris Morgan is penning a new draft of the actioner that Stuart Beattie originally tackled. Scribes' credit include Universal's upcoming Wanted and the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Let's see here. Wiseman will develop the story with Morgan. I think the general consensus from the Wiseman from previously rumored was that he is a bad choice of director. Bringing in Chris Morgan, someone that has worked on Fast and the Furious 3 and little that is critically acclaimed, suggests that the creative minds behind this are wanting to create an action-filled no-brainer, with the majority of thought going into cool-looking CG action sequences rather than storylines. This news could potentially spell out doom, no pun intended, for the movie, condemning it to the world of low-brow, over-the-top action flicks. Gears surely deserves better. At least we have some big, juicy news to get our hungry chainsaws plugged into. White Godfrey, producer of Aragon, AVP, and iRobot, has spoken out about the Gears of War adaptation for the big screen. Quote, we've got our scripts on and a director we're about to attach. We'll hopefully make the Gears of War movie early next year for the summer of 2010. Coming soon. Cliffy B has been talking to the media about the status of Gears of War movie again. Something we are always very happy to see. The good news, the film is very much alive, despite the writer's strikes it seems, so he tells Cineplex Entertainment. Quote, we are currently at the point where we have had a couple drafts of the script, and now we are talking to different directors and trying to feel out who would be the best to fit it. End quote. Quote, it has been a really fascinating process to learn how Hollywood works. I just hope that whatever comes out of this is compelling entertainment and is very representative of the Gears of War universe. End quote. Not related to the Gears of War movie directly, however, it is of interest to the readers of this blog, so I am mentioning it here. Jerry O'Flaherty, art director from the Gears of War video game, undertaking the challenge of directing Warner Bros. CG animated Thundercats adaptation, so reports Variety. I think I would prefer a live-action Thundercats. Maybe it's just the thoughts of who could pull off the Cheetara role while looking sexy and not ruining their career. Are many people interested in this movie? GamePro were given the opportunity to talk with Gears of War movie writer Stuart Beattie in an exclusive interview. Here are some extracts from the informative article. Quote, the perspective of video games in Hollywood is changing slowly. Hollywood likes to do what's proven. They've always proved that books work and plays can, and recently that comic books can work, but they've yet to have a film be a successful Spider-Man that's based on a video game. While there are more and more video games movies being made because they are more and more video games being made, there still hasn't been that one that has hit it out of the park yet. At the moment, I would say the perception of video game movies in Hollywood is they are interested, they are intrigued, but they're still not completely sure if it can actually work. As far as the use of the 300-esque green screen approach, that film was shot completely on green screen, which is amazing when you actually see the film. It's probably how we're going to do the Gears of War video, which is kind of good to know. In quotation marks, referring to GOW. The planet of it's a bubble and it's a building. It's an epic sci-fi war and an enormous film. To get it made at all, the only way to make it for a price is to be on a sound stage. But the game also has that look, which is really interesting. So I think it will be dovetail really nicely. We shared every detail imaginable with Stu on the franchise as far as the story Bible and all of the secrets that everybody wants to know about what went down in the Gears of War. He knows the underlying themes of the franchise and all of the underlying motivations of each of the characters. The fuel for the screenplay that he's written. New Line having done Lord of the Rings, they know how to back a very risky but also a potentially very lucrative franchise and make sure it's treated with respect it deserves. A number of websites, horror movies, movies online, are reporting that the Gears of War movie is being fast-tracked into production without a named director, with some speculation that this is a result of pending strike action in Hollywood. If this is the case, a director will more than likely be named in the coming months. Len Wiseman, maybe? Alright, so there's your information about Gears of War. Now, I've never played the video games, although I've always liked the logo that I've seen on the video game covers. I'm going to go out, I'm going to rent Gears of War and see what it's like. If I like it, then maybe I'll see the movie. If not, then the movie can wait. Do I think the movie sounds interesting? Maybe. It didn't give much detail. So, that's all for me for right now, and goodbye.